white people talk about, especially politics. That's the biggest con game sham. I'm playing con, homie. I'm not a Republican. I'm a smart. I'm not a Democrat. I don't give a fuck about being Republican or Democrat. I'm playing on both parties because both parties is dumb. All you got to know is some basic information about history and the Constitution, and you can play both sides. Because both sides are one and the same, a group of hateful old white people that are living in white fear because they know they done everybody wrong. And their greatest nightmare is one day somebody sits over them. They're losing their country and they blaming we ain't sent 9 grams of fentanyl across the borders that's destroying their white kids that's overdosing on fentanyl and opioids.
That's true.
We ain't sent now motherfucking me coronavirus disease over here to cause a wipe out of sickness. Homie, but they blaming they as if the crime bothered them.
What's the deal, YouTube? Stingy K back with another one just like the other one, man. Charlie Kirk situation that blew over, man. We got Charleston White on Say Cheese elaborating on why he disrespected Charlie Kirk.
Charleston White.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that's my name.
We're back, man. For the first time, I really been worried about you, man.
Oh, you have?
Since the Charlie Kirkland situation.
Oh, you worried about me and Charlie Kirk?
Well, this is the first time you made white people mad. And when you make white people mad, it's a totally different mad than black people mad.
Well, I done made them mad before. I just wasn't as big. You know, I went against our local police department when Dacian Steptoe killed Officer Garrett Hull. Mm-hmm. So that was really my claim to fame to the internet. Is when I was on Facebook and I became frustrated from working in the community. You know, black people started making feel like, man, you selling out, you pandering to the Republican Party. So, homie, I was real big in the Tarrant County GOP Republican Party, as well as the RPT Republican Party of Texas, as well as the National Republican Party. So, homie, I was a rock star amongst white people, and I had started using the word online. So I was transitioning from being clean cut, bow tie, shirt tail tucked in to start growing a fro, my dreads. So I started using the word because I saw how offensive it was. So
ER or
NA. The word to a lot of people there's no difference than ER or A. It's the term. So that's probably one of the most powerful words in the English dictionary. One of the most powerful offensive word in the English dictionary. So I use that word as a tool to make white people uncomfortable, to make black people uncomfortable. So it's a very uncomfortable word. So nigga, I started out squabbling with white people because this before the Black Lives Matter movement just really took off. I quit squabbling with white people because niggas wasn't ready to die. Every police shooting, homie, I never seen a group of niggas that was ready to die. I noticed that we don't have no crash outs.
He wants y'all to crash. Y'all gotta crash.
The little white kid that killed Charlie Kirk, he a YN, but he a white YN. That's they crash out. The 19-year-old Dylan Roof, they got crash outs. So if you look at all the most recent mass shootings in the last 2 years, it's been young white boys who know how to operate guns to go kill people. So I said, man, I quit squabbling with white people, and here's why. Because when Dacian Steptoe killed Officer Garrett Hull, they executed him on the spot. So they hunted him all day long. He had been committing robberies. He had been robbing Mexican bars. And I was partnering with Fort Worth Police Department at the time with this new federal national initiative that they had that was called a 21st century community policing. So they were doing a national initiative with this term called procedural justice, and procedural justice was supposed to make cops more empathetic, more sensitive to the struggles in in the history of black people in our relationship. Well, the Fort Worth Police Department, obviously this is something officers had a pushback. And then the black community didn't want to get involved in it. So they used me to be a spearhead. So I bought into it, I believed in it. So during this time, Dacian Steptoe kills Officer Garrett Hull. They should have been arrested him because they already had a warrant for him. So they followed him around all day long. Let me speed this story up. They followed him around all day long, watched him go into a bar, had undercover officers in the bar. And when they came in to rob, they put everybody's life in jeopardy rather than stop them and go into the bar. So they allowed them to go into the bar, freeze, everybody get down. And then the police, freeze, it's the police. So Dacian ran out. Officer Garrett Hull chased him. In the process, he fired one shot and killed Officer Garrett Hull. So you got to think, I got home at this time. I'm good friends with the president of the Fort Worth Police Officers Association, Rick Van Houten, Deputy Chief Ty Harris, Deputy Dean. I'm cool with Chief Joel Fitzgerald. So I'm having regular meetings with these top-ranking brass. So when this happened, I couldn't believe that the police would execute him and not bring him to justice. They killed him on the spot. So they didn't put him in handcuffs. They shot him in the foot. He had literature marks where they choked him. He was a little skinny nigga like me. They broke his arm in two and they shot him in the chest because Officer Garrett Hull was their sergeant. He was the leader of the SWAT team. And they called him Rambo. He had spent 3 tours in Iraq, so he was a bad man in law enforcement world. So for Dacian to kill him, that was a blow to the SWAT team. So yeah, they killed Dacian. So I get a call from Dacian's stepdad, who's a good friend of mine, a guy by the name of Supreme. And they tell me what happened. They wouldn't let the mother or the father see the body. So I realized if you make the police mad, you kill a cop, kind of like what's going on now, you really don't have no rights. So
he got a point though. You hit one of them big names, man, it's bad for you. They're gonna be bad.
Rather than me continuing to align myself with the police because they wrong in this situation, I align myself with the family. When they had Officer Garrett Hull's funeral here in Fort Worth, Texas, tens of thousands of law enforcement from all civil commitments on child molestation who they think would get out and probably do it again. So they would be sentenced to 15 years. When it's time for them to come home in 15 years, they would send them to a civil courts, and the courts would say, man, we think you go again. You can't never be free. So they put you into a civil commitment. They can do that to the average human, but we don't know that, the average American. So I due process rights are taken. So I go to jail. From jail, you can look me up. Okay, we see he in jail. From jail to the mental hospital, you disappear. Because under the HIPAA laws, they can't release your medical information. So your family called and said, man, we can't find him. We don't know where he is. Ma'am, we don't know what you're talking about. We looked at all the jail. If you can't never make the call, but by the time you make the call, they done shot you up with drugs. You don't see a judge. So no one is saying, hey, and you can go get on the phone and call somebody. You don't have to ask to use the phone. It's girls and men and women. So it's like you and your neighbors in there. So when Lisa say don't say nothing, I don't say nothing. So under the Sandra Bland Act, I was transferred to a mental asylum for making threats against the police. And I was ready to go to war. But where I up at home, I had been going to the gun range all that week. And I was going live showing how I've been practicing on my long range distance shooting. Yeah, but I'm just bullshitting, you know. And so when I get pulled over, I got over 300 rounds of ammunition. I got all kind of black liberation gun manuals. I got a whole bunch of shit. I'm looking like a domestic terrorist. Plus the shit I've been saying. So yeah. So the night of Officer Garrett Hull's funeral, I held security at the mother's house because the police were riding by there intimidating them. So homie, the police some dirty motherfuckers, the bad ones, not the good ones, but if you do some one of them, homie, they turn into a vengeful gang. And they torment your family, everybody. So every black preacher.
They ain't lying, bro. Telling y'all the truth. He cooking, he telling y'all how the people's work. He basically going in depth on what he was doing before he was doing what he doing now. which led him to do what he doing now. Y'all just gotta pay attention and lock in.
In the city was afraid to have the funeral. Well, I done got into it with every black preacher in the city. Nigga, man, Dr. Bell, man, I done got into it with every black preacher. So let me just say this. Nothing can happen to a black person in the black community without the white people first going to their religious leaders. The black people give the okay for us to be killed. The black people have to give the head nod for Malcolm. It's a black person, someone in the planning of this, and even with Malcolm. So at one point in time, all the black preachers, because I had become so polarizing amongst white people, all the black preachers in Fort Worth said, man, they got together and they told an elder guy by the name of Eddie Griffin, man, what we gonna do about this young brother, Charleston White? Well, at the time, Eddie Griffin was my mentor. They wanted me to get away from Pops, because Pops a street nigga. So Eddie Griffin said, oh man, don't worry about Charleston, I got him. Once I couldn't be controlled.
So they be trying to control people, basically what he's saying. They tried to control him and he went against the grain. Y'all gotta pay attention.
The police came to me one time and said, Charleston, what's your relationship with Pops? Why you so homie? They wanted me to get away from that old man because of the knowledge that he would feed me. Not that my love for white people was changing. I was starting to learn how to love us because of those showed me how to love us. So I started saying. So they sent Deputy Chief Dean. They sent Sheriff Bill Wayburn. Sheriff Bill Wayburn came to me while at a function with Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. So I might have some very influential white people that and I remember the old told me, homie, he said, the worst thing you can do, homie, is for white folks to know your name as a black man. You don't want white people to know your name. So he said, yeah, white people know your name. So when I do this, I hold security for the family by myself. No Muslim would do it, no Crip and Blood. So this is when I realized it was cowards. Farrakhan, the Crips, the Bloods, the RBG, nobody wanted to stand against the police, homie. So I bagged my little old car up in the driveway with my guns. I smoked weed all night long. It was an RBG there drinking with no gun, playing like he tough. I held security so this family can get some rest, this mother. And that's when I disappeared after that. So I done stood 10 toes down.
Wait, you never explained how you got out the mental hospital.
I'm finna tell you. So I stood 10 toes down with white people. So the first Donald Trump got rape allegations. Bill Clinton rape allegations. The prince over there in rape allegation, the Jew rape allegation. So you never heard him call anybody a horrible man, but he won't say Dr. King is a horrible man. He's a lying motherfucker. Dr. King talk peace. So yeah, man. So no. So we've never said.
I think with slavery, y'all both. He mentioned something about slavery. You say all the time.
He said we were better off with slavery.
Yeah, you say that too.
He said we were better off than we are today. He a lying motherfucker. We got rights today. We were better off together. But my rhetoric and his rhetoric do not align. We were not better off as slaves when a white man can rape a black woman and be excused.
But in past interviews, you did say slavery needs to come back when out of
Cotton trying to catch him up.
Control. You have said that a few times.
No. He's not advocating for slavery to come back. He's advocating that we were better off as black people as slaves.
Okay.
I'm saying we need these conditions to strengthen us as black people again. We wasn't better off, we were just stronger. We wasn't better off when we can be hung up on a tree and captured when they said we was free and the other slave masters said, no, that's still my free. We wasn't better off. We didn't have more.
Did you know Charlie Kirk before he died?
No.
I seen him debate a few times, but I didn't know his name.
I want to say, me and him was on a segment together on Alex Stein's show, on Prime Stein with Alex Stein. So I want to say we had a brief segment, but him and Alex Stein is real good friends. So, but I never heard of him, never knew anything about him, never seen a video before he died or nothing. So I'm saying, why would we be affected by a white boy getting killed by a white boy? Why would that bother black people? It don't matter. We don't cheer it on or nothing because his rhetoric don't reach my ears. He's never came across my algorithm. You know why? he arguing with college students that don't know a motherfucking thing. He couldn't have debated me. He couldn't have debated me. One of the biggest lies I heard him say is that Trayvon Martin hunted George Zimmerman in the middle of the night. Then another thing I heard him say that black women can't think. Black women, he can't think. But then he says, if he saw a black pilot, he wondered if he's qualified.
Yeah, I see.
When I see a black pilot, I say, white folk let you get this job? For him to even be at the door to get the job, he got to be qualified. It's certain tests you got to pass. So yeah, they pick you on your color, but your color don't get you in the door. Your test scores do. So nigga, they trying to make it seem like black people ain't worked to accomplish what we done accomplished. And they forget they ain't built shit. So when I heard Charlie Kirk talking, all I heard him talk about is negative rhetoric, negative points, negative statistics about black people. What about the statistic that today's black fathers are more involved in their children's life than any other ethnicity? So why he's saying, well, single mothers now, you must forgot Southern strategy. Let's tell the whole story. We've been duped and tricked. We have never had a fair shot. You talking about redlining, Jim Crow laws. So homie, he acting like the playing field been even amongst black people and white people. But I'm telling Kirk and all this people, black people are not y'all problem. We're not building missiles like North Korea and shooting them to the shores of Canada. We didn't take your planes and run them into the building. We ain't done none of that. All the crime that white people is complaining about is black on black. Mm-hmm. There's not a high black on white crime rate. Yeah. I wish it was, because when I was a kid, every crime I committed, where the camera is? As a kid, every crime I committed was against white people, because I had black older people telling me, you go across the railroad tracks. The 10 Commandments is for your people. It ain't for nobody else. Thou should not kill his own kind. Thou should not steal from his own kind. But you can go over there and steal. You can steal from white people if you black. You can rob white people if you black. They've been robbing us because we black. So they want to try to make it color don't matter to us. Color matter to them about everything. That's why they put race in place. Mm-hmm. When race don't matter to nobody but Americans. They play race with us. It's white nationality that they embrace. They white nationalist ideologies. That's why you hear that governor of Utah say, we was hoping it was somebody else, because they really want to hate. When I saw that, when I first saw Charlie Kirk get killed, and I didn't see it, I just heard about it. I don't watch white people. I don't watch nothing white people talk about, especially politics. That's the biggest con game sham. I'm playing con, homie. I'm not a Republican.